Welcome to today's edition of 3 Minute Halacha. When Erev Pesach falls on Shabbat, there are a number of issues that we've discussed and that we have to be aware of. But one thing we need to also remember is that we're not allowed to prepare from Shabbat to Yom Tov. As a result, anything that we need for the night of the Seder either has to be taken care of before Shabbat starts or after Shabbat ends. Because the timing of the Seder is so late in the evening, obviously, the more we can do before Shabbat, the sooner we can begin the Seder. There are, however, a few unique items that if you did not prepare them before Shabbat began, you have to be able to do them in a little bit of a different manner. For example, the zroa and the beitza, the shank bone and the egg. Ideally, they should be roasted before Shabbat begins. However, if a person forgot to roast them before Shabbat and needs to prepare them after Shabbat for the Seder plate, the way you have to do it is as normal, roasted as in a regular fashion. However, because you have to make sure that your preparation is for the purpose of eating, therefore, the following morning, after the Seder is over, at lunch, for example, you should plan on eating from the zroa or the beitza. Similarly, there's an additional problem, and that is we're not allowed to prepare from one day of Yom Tov to the next. Therefore, you'd need to have another zroa and another beitza, another shank bone, and another egg for the second night of Pesach, and you can't prepare from one to use for both. This is noted in the Mishnah Berurah in Taf Ayin Gimel, Sif Katan Lamed Bet. When it comes to the question of preparing the charoset, again, if you did not prepare it in advance of Shabbat, you can prepare it on Yom Tov itself. However, in that kind of case, you should use a little bit of a different manner when you're chopping it up. You are allowed to mix it with all of the other ingredients in a normal fashion. Similarly, when it comes to the question of salt water, if you didn't prepare it before Shabbat, in that kind of case, you can prepare it on Yom Tov in a regular fashion. One last thing, and an advantage that we have when it comes to this year, coming after Shabbat, is that we can be fully rested before the night of the Seder. In fact, you're even allowed to take a nap on Shabbat afternoon, knowing that the Seder is going to be taking place that evening and you want to be fully rested. However, the Mishnah Berurah also notes in Siman Reish Tzadeh 290 Sif Katan Daled, paragraph 4, that you shouldn't say explicitly, I'm taking a nap so I can be well rested for the Seder. Just take a nap and it can be part of your Shabbat oneg, of the enjoyment you have of Shabbat itself.